Hello, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a good weekend. It's Sunday morning. Kids have gone out with Daddy to the park to play some football and get some fresh air. So I thought I'd have some time with you guys and have a chat. As you can see from the title of this vlog, it is the 20 things you may or may not know about me. Quite a lot of my friends and family will watch my vlogs. I'm sure they'll know majority, if not all of this. But I thought for the people that don't really know me that well, it'd be quite a good idea. I saw a fellow vlogger do it a couple of weeks ago and it was a really good idea. Now, it was really interesting. I'm a bit of a people person. I love knowing about people and quite nosy, but only for the right reasons, not for malicious reasons. So I thought it'd be interesting to do one for myself. A bit of a different setup today. I'm in the son's bedroom. I'm trying to find somewhere that I can vlog in my house that's got okay lighting. I don't know if this class is okay, but I think it's okay. And just somewhere that's quiet, not too much going on in the background. Obviously there's a bit, we've got a nice Arsenal calendar there and all of his trophies from football, and these trophies on the shelf, but you can't really see them. So yeah, let's get straight into it. Okay, number one thing to know is that I was born in southeast London. I lived there for 27 years of my life, and then we moved out, took the brave step, we didn't know anyone out here, moved out to Kent in 2012. Best thing we ever did, never regretted it, never looked back. And some of our family have even come out this way as well. My mum and my sister and brother-in-law and niece, my dad, they're still in London, and ideally the plan would be to get them out here as well. So hopefully in the near future that can happen. But like I said, I'd never regret it. Love it out here. It's still like, we still live in quite a busy city, not city, town. Town? Yeah, town. Excuse me. But yeah, there's like, as you've seen from some of my other vlogs, literally 2 minutes away from my house, there's open fields and countryside, which is just nice. Especially as you get older, you start to appreciate things a bit more like that. Yeah, so that's number one. Number two is I'm a trained hairdresser. From 16 to 20, did hairdressing. Kind of fell into it because I had a bad time at school and needed to have a focus. Wanted to be a singer actually, that's another fact there, but I haven't put that down. Which obviously wasn't a real job. So we kind of tried to pursue that, but me and some friends, but basically went into hairdressing anyway. Did that for 4 years, and yeah, it was an okay job. It wasn't the best, so that's why I've kind of gone for other careers since then. All my family are happy because they get free, next to free haircuts and hair colours and all that sort of thing. So for my family wise it's good, not so much for me because I can't really do my own hair, but another story. But yeah, so that's number two. Number three, I had my daughter when I was 20 and my son when I was 24, both planned, thankfully. Yeah, so quite young, so I'm quite happy now that I'm still youngish and they're grown up and we can kind of do things together, and I'm still, you know, able to do things with them and get out and about and things like that. So yeah, both planned, both happy. That's how I sort of saw my life panning out, and it happened, so I was really grateful. Number four, my daughter, she was born 11 weeks premature. So I had preeclampsia, and which also went into HELLP syndrome as well, which is some nasty issues that arise during pregnancy. So she was born at, yeah, 29 and 6, so about 11 weeks early. She weighed 2 pounds 7 ounces, 29 centimetres, so she was like very diddy. I spent 15 weeks in King's College Hospital in the SCABU unit. They did work miracles for her, and now she's taller than me, same size foot. She'll be 14 in a couple of weeks. No health problems really, except for a terrible attitude, but I think that's most common with teenagers. Yeah, so she was born really little, which was quite a shock. Came into the world very early. I was really poorly as well. Spent a couple of days in high dependency unit, but all good. I went on to have my son 3.5 years later. I took a lot more precautions throughout his pregnancy with injections and medication, and then had him at 37. So he was a few weeks early, but he was a good size of like 6 pounds 3 ounces. So he was a healthy boy. So that was, yeah, that's number four. Number five, I've been married for 10 years in December, which is quite a long time really, considering I'm not that old. And we've been together, that's number five. Number six is in November this year, we would have been together 19 years. 19 years! As people say to me all the time, people do less than murder. Yeah, but we would have been together for 19 years, that's a long, long time. Spent over half my life with him. Yeah, he's, you know, a great man. I'm very lucky to have a good husband. He does do my head in at times, but don't they all? So yeah, that's that. Number seven, I have 4 pets, And of course they all have to have Disney names. That's why I've got a Spirit jersey on today. Just a little bit of a love for Disney, if you've ever noticed. So we have Eva, who is our French Bulldog. Here's my son's little toilet to represent her. How cute is that? So Eva, she's 3 years old, and we got her name from the film WALL-E. So his little, we call her girlfriend, Eva. That's where her name came from. And I've got Simba and Nala, they're cats. They're about 12, 13 now, so they're getting on a bit. And then we've got a rabbit called Tinkerbell, who's really pretty white and grey rabbit. She was a rescue rabbit, so we're not actually sure of like her actual age. But she's a cute rabbit, and she's called Tinkerbell. So they've all got lovely Disney names, of course. On to number 8. I love Disney. I mean, it's probably quite apparent really, but I'd love to say I love everything about it. I think that'd be a tiny bit of a lie. There are some things that, especially prices of things, they get to me a little bit. But generally love more or less everything Disney. If I see the D on anything or anything remotely to do with Disney, I'm interested. So yeah, it's kind of a bit of an obsession, but it's a good one. It's not a bad one to have. Number 9, I love Orlando, Florida. Similar reason for number 8. Obviously Walt Disney World is there. Love that place. I just love everything about Orlando. I love the buzz. I love the heat that hits you when you get off the plane. And that excitement that just builds. Obviously you get to customs normally and you're like, your mood drops a little bit because you've normally got quite a long wait. Once you're through, you get there, you see the sign, the Walt Disney sign, like in the massive lobby of MCO. Yeah, I loved the interaction. They're always excited, they're always happy, passionate. I love all that. So going to Orlando is like one of the few loves of my life, but I just love it. Number 10, I've been to Walt Disney World 5 times. Should have been 6 times. Well, it could possibly still be 6 times because that would be in August. We are meant to be going back for 2 weeks, but it's not going to happen. No, I need to start getting that in my head that it's really not going to happen. It's not safe to go. Our insurance, a big warning sign come up on when I look on the app for my insurance, which says things to do with COVID aren't covered. So even the risk of going and potentially getting it over there and getting poorly over there terrifies me. So I'm pretty sure we're not going, but you know, you never know. Yeah, so I've been over there to Florida 5 times. Obviously most of my holidays have either been 2 or 3 week holidays. We spend at least half of each of that holiday at Disney, so it's been more than just 5. Obviously it's been plenty of times. We normally go to each park a couple of times, sometimes 3 times. I just love it. Yeah, I'm sure most people would get in the vibe now. I've been to Disneyland Paris 7 times. Obviously it's cheaper for us to get there, much more easier to travel to. I think when you go to Disneyland Paris you only need a couple of days there as well. It's not like you need a week or a couple of weeks to do it. Or I think the longest I went for was 4 nights, 5 days, and that was actually a little bit too long for us. I think the ideal time is maybe 3 nights, because they're just right next to each other, and the Studios park is quite small. It's not that big, although I think they are going to be soon expanding it. You just don't need that much time there. But yeah, I do love Disneyland Paris, but it's not Florida. I think when you go to Florida you're spoiled. But I do love it. It is like a close second for us. I've been to other places in Europe as well, you know, Spain, Lanzarote, Portugal, things like that. I do love them sort of holidays as well, but if we can afford it then it's always going to be Florida. Although California's like pipping up there for wanting to go as well, so let's see what happens there in the next few years. So that was number 11. Number 12, oh yeah, when we moved to Kent, I was used to be in London where my dad drove, my husband drove, my sisters drove, and we moved up to Kent and everything was a lot further away. And I tried to learn to drive before in London, but it didn't work. And we came out here and I was like, you know what, I need to learn to drive. My daughter was at school and then my son started at the same nursery, and it was a 45-minute walk to the place, and my daughter would go at 9 and then my son would go at 12:30, and then they both need picking up at 3:30. So I was like, yeah, I need to learn to drive. So I learned to drive in 6 months, which I'm really proud of, because that was only like 1 or 2 lessons a week. And I joined the First Club, which I'm quite proud of. I don't actually know how, because I was absolutely terrified on doing the practical and the theory, but passed both of them first time, and I'm part of the elite club, the first. Yeah, which I'm really proud of. So that was good. Now couldn't be without driving. Love having a car, the freedom it gives you. Yeah, just love it. Number 13, I'm not a massive drinker, but I do love a cocktail. Sweet cocktail. I don't really like the taste of alcohol like wine, beer, but I do love a cocktail. My favourite ones are like Purple Rain. Blue Lagoon. Like Blue Caracal is one of my things, so if that's in something I'm probably going to enjoy it. Yes, I am an iPhone girl. You know, you normally got the iPhone people and the Android. I've been iPhone probably for about 8 years maybe, and every time like the renewals come up, maybe longer than actually, every time the renewals come up, because the hubby was iPhone and then about 4 or 5 years ago he went over to Android. He loves Samsung and most of his gadgets are Samsung, his watch and his phone and his tablet now, but I'll never leave iPhone. I love iPhone. So I'm definitely an iPhone girl. I've got my pods, love them. Yeah, definitely an iPhone girl. I've got 3 tattoos, is number 15. I won't show you them now. I've got my daughter's initials with some flowers, which I had done when she was in hospital, because I'm terrified, well, I was terrified of needles. I've had 100 since then, so I'm kind of used to them now. But as a little thing for my daughter when she was in special care, having, you know, 10 needles a day or whatever she was having at the time, I went and had a tattoo, which I might be able to show you. I don't know if you can see it that clearly. It's probably quite dark really. But it's her initials with some flowers. And then obviously when my son came along, I was like, oh, I've got to go through the pain again because I can't have one without the other. So I don't know, you can't really see them that well, but there's Grayson's initials with some flowers also. And then I really wanted a Disney tattoo because of my love for Disney. So about 4 or 5 years ago, I had the Mickey hands in the shape of a heart on my shoulder. I didn't tell my husband, but I had a little, his little initials put underneath it without him knowing, which he was kind of excited about because he come and met me at the tattoo shop after I'd had it done, and he was like, had a look, and yeah, it was nice. So I've got, yeah, that on my shoulder. I'm sure you've seen that in other vlogs and you probably will see it in the future, but I won't show you now. But I do love that too. I would love another one. I've seen one that's like a dream, it's like the castle all in black with a dream catcher, and then all the bits off the dream catcher are like little nods to Disney. I think there's like a lamp and a rose, and it's so stunning. But I'm the biggest wimp. They absolutely kill me. My skin doesn't like metal. Like, I've had piercings that have just come out. Tattoos. This one was on fire for about 2 weeks. And it was really risen. And I had thought to myself that it was definitely going to be infected and I was going to need some antibiotics, and I was really, really worried. After about 2 weeks, it just used to burn all the time. It was on fire all the time for about 2 weeks. I think the lines are quite thick. Obviously he kept having to go over them with the black, so I think that's why that one was really, really sore. So I'm kind of scared to have another one, although I really do want this Disney Castle Dreamcatcher somewhere. But watch this space. I might pluck up the courage one day to go and have it, because I do really love it. And I do like tattoos, so we shall see. But they do kill. For anyone like Darren, my husband, he's got like more or less a whole sleeve done. He's just got a, well, he needs to finish the inside of his arm, but whether that will get done, I doubt, because it's been years. But he's like, oh, they don't hurt that much. I mean, he's got a big tattoo on his leg and on his back as well. I think they kill, but each to their own. I think everyone's pain thresholds are different, shall we say. So yeah. Number 16, I'm one of 4. I've got 2 sisters that are younger and an older brother, so I've come from quite a big family. Lots of us, always lots going on, and now we've all branched out and we've all got our husbands and partners, fiancés, wives, children, all that sort of thing. The family is just, we're a big family, shall we say. But it's good, I like it. I like having lots of siblings. Number 17. Oh yeah, one thing that I would love to do, and I don't know that I'll ever do it because I don't think I've got the stamina or the, I don't know what the word is, but I would love to one day run the London Marathon. Now, I barely walk anywhere. Like, if you've seen the vlog from a few weeks ago, I did the 70,000 steps. For me, that was a huge thing. Walking, I don't really like walking. I'm quite lazy. Although I have got into walking like the last year or so, in the fact that it's quite therapeutic to just go out, and especially when you've got nice countryside to look at, it's not too difficult. But I would love to do the London Marathon one year. Me and my sister Mel said that, like, we both like to do it, and I really would, but I don't know if that'll ever happen, but maybe, hopefully. Fingers crossed one day I might pluck up the courage to. So I think once you put your name to it and stuff, and you know, you've kind of got to do it, haven't you? I would love to do the Disney marathons. I did look into them, the ones at Disneyland Paris. I was gonna really look for this year, but obviously with all what's happened, that's now gone out the window. But I think maybe if I started off doing something like that, if I knew, if I was capable of completing like a half marathon, then I could go on to the full London Marathon. But who knows, we shall see. Okie dokie. Number 18 was the first time I ever watched Harry Potter. I think I was pregnant with my daughter. I think that's how long ago it was. And I remember me and Darren's turned it on, we're laying in bed watching it, and both fell asleep. And from then on we were like, oh, we don't like Harry Potter, it's rubbish, it's for children. sorry. But since then, all has changed. I now love Harry Potter. My daughter is obsessed with it. She's been obsessed with it for actually years. I love Harry Potter now. The Harry Potter worlds, obviously, in Universal and Islands of Adventure in Florida are absolutely amazing. Like, the detail is just, yeah, it's just amazing. I've been to the the studio tours in London as well when it opened, which again was probably about 10-12 years ago. I think it was really quite a long time ago. That was really cool. Lots have changed since then, so I really do need to go back, but it's quite expensive, so I'm always like, oh, I think it's like nearly 40 quid per person. So we were planning on going last year, but we didn't go. My daughter went with her school a few years ago and said it's amazing, but they're always bringing in new things. Like, you can even get the butterbeer there. Not that I like butterbeer, but it'd still be quite cool to see it in this country, because I've only ever seen it in, obviously, Florida. But yeah, we love Harry Potter now, so I was completely turned. And I've read all the books as well, and they're awesome. And I really want to take my daughter to see the show in London. My sisters have seen it, because it comes in 2 parts, doesn't it? But again, tickets for that were astronomical. I think they still are quite expensive, well, when we can get back and see it. But that's another thing I would really like to do, is see the Cursed Child in London. So maybe that'll happen, we'll see. Number 19 is, I don't really watch any TV. Sounds really boring. There's a few things like MasterChef, which is really boring, but that's the only sort of thing that I get excited about watching. I basically watch YouTube all the time. Every evening, more or less, I'll follow quite a lot of daily vloggers, weekly vloggers, and then there's normally something for me to watch, or an old one will pop up. Or currently I'm finding all these new, with doing the channel and everything like that, I'm finding all these new creators and new YouTube channels, which I've been enjoying. So it's like when we're at work and everyone's like, oh, what series are you watching on Netflix? What are you watching at the minute? And there's me like, nothing. And everyone, it's like the joke at work for me, because I never watch anything. It's always like, oh, I'm just on YouTube. And there's not really many people at work that like get the YouTube thing. So yeah, I just love you. I'm just a nosy person, but for all the right reasons. I just love people watching, finding out about people, seeing how people live their lives. I find it all very interesting, especially if it's got anything to do with Florida or Disney. But actually, as I said, I've joined some Facebook groups with like other creators, and I'm finding that I am enjoying other content as well, not just stuff that I'm used to watching and stuff that I like to watch. Fitness workouts and other people's just like daily living. Actually really enjoying it, and I'm glad that I've joined that group, so now I'm finding out more about YouTube and people on YouTube, rather than just sticking to like the genre that I'm used to. So yeah, so number 20, I'm trying to think of something for number 20, and what I decided to do was ask Darren and the kids if they had to describe me in 3 words, what 3 words they would use. Darren said beautiful. Of course he'd have to say that, he's my husband. He said sensitive, which is true, I can be sensitive, and passionate. Think of that what you will. I asked Grayson the same question, 3 words that describe me. He said nice, generous, and thoughtful. So that's nice. And then I asked Taylor the same question, the 3 words that describe me, and her first one was fiery. Yeah. Teenager, mum, you know, it kind of happens. Fiery, kind, and smart, she said. So I was happy with those. I think they're quite honest opinions. I am quite a fiery person when I need to be. Other times I'm just a lover, not a fighter. But yeah, so that was the 20 things you may or may not know about me. I hope you've enjoyed this little vlog. I hope you've had a good weekend, and you're going to have a good week going into Monday. And I will see you guys next time. Take care.